Okay, having some really, really interesting conversations about this free man concept. In my opinion, it's complete insanity. These people are basically accessories to murder. And they don't realize it yet. They are looking an awful lot like the elites because the elites kind of want this. They kind of want crime increase. They kind of want a lot of manipulation, a lot of control. They want to cause as much chaos. They don't want to solve any problems whatsoever, which is exactly what this free man concept is all about. It solves no problems. It actually increases problems. Um, and somebody's saying, oh, don't judge people. And it's like, I will judge these people to have had dealings with the law and found it unfair. So they did an awful lot of study to find out where they went wrong. And basically, they just didn't have the OJ Simpson dream team. So they did enough research to make themselves lawyers so that they could be their own dream team and get away with murder. And typically, you only go into an area that you've been affected. So I will judge them to have definitely had been affected by the law in one way, shape, or form. There's a good chance that they didn't like the experience. They're kind of angry, kind of emotional while they're making up, their concept of a solution. But yet they'll say they're not emotional. But they'll accuse you of being emotional. They've accused me. That's what I find about abusive people is they are very, very controlling. And I mean, this is the insanity that I was dealing with. Is um, my ex was constantly, when I was married to him at the time, constantly doing things that were very, very harmful to the family. And when I'm trying to communicate with him to do better, and here's a better idea, he would always accuse me of being controlling. I would never want to be a controlling person, so in order to not be controlling, I would let him have his way. And it's like, man, he manipulated that situation, so he was the one that was in control and always getting to do his way, which is nothing but destroying our family. Never taking any responsibility for his bills, never taking responsibility for his family. It was just a me, 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 me. And all he had to do was make an accusation at me, and it's like, oh, I don't want to be accused of being controlling, so I'll give in. And it was like, that's what people do, is when they want to control you, they make an accusation. And if you're a really kind, nice person, then you don't want to fall into what their accusations are. You don't want to look like what they're accusing you of, so you're going to try and look like something different. So what they did, this conversation that I had, is they accused me of living in fear. Where's the fear? I don't live in fear. But this guy perceives me to be living in fear. If I don't go his way, I'm too scared of doing his way. And it's like, okay, first of all, I'm not scared because what is there to be scared of? Like, I already am at one that right now we're going off the wrong track and everything is getting destroyed. So it's like, I'm already at one with that. Until we wake up, things will get destroyed. If we sort of wake up, then things won't get destroyed. And, I'm not responsible for changing the whole freaking globe. I can't change City Hall, but I can talk about it. So I have no fear. It's like, I'm at one with death. I'm at one with everything. The pattern will just be repeated over and over again. And something that humanity hasn't realized is we already kind of got it. We've evolved. And we've evolved because we found out truth. And if I found it, I know that other people have found it, and it's like, you can kill me, but it doesn't matter. I already know the information. Just because everybody else doesn't know the information doesn't mean the information that all of humanity has been working this hard to figure it out, we figured it out. So you can't bury that. You can kill me, but you know what? If you don't know what's happening on that other side with the spirits, who are all fucked up and need to be evolved themselves. They're lacking information, so it's like, go ahead, kill me. I'll just educate them in there. It's like, put me in jail. I'll educate people that are in jail. I don't care where I am. I don't care where my experience is. I'm having the experience and loving it. So I really don't have any fear. But if we're going to look at, should you be fearful of the wrong thing? And it's like, yeah, okay. I'd be fearful of following that path because you're just going to increase the level of murder on your planet. And you can't see that yet. So fear is actually a good thing. And it's like, okay, if you want to accuse me of being a fear, I'll agree to it. I'm in fear of your suggestion because you want to teach everybody how to be a killer and get away with it. You want to be the accessory to murder. And that would be a little scary to me. So, and the way the conversation kind of went, which was really, really kind of funny, typical lawyer, I asked a simple yes or no question. If we were actually in a functioning justice system, my questions should have been answered yes or no. But this new concept won't answer any questions. They feel that they can go off into la la land, and instead of answering the question, I got like mile-long emails, explaining the law to me as if I don't know. And it's like, why would I even read a mile-long email? It's like, that would be a waste of my energy. It's pointless. It's not relevant. It has nothing to do with anything. Especially if all I wanted was a yes or no to the question that was asked. But this guy can't answer yes or no. He feels that he's the one in the right and should guide the conversation the way he wants to, and he's going to use all of these manipulating tools like I'm in fear, or I'm ignorant, or I've got an ego. And it's like, or I'm operating in emotion. It's like, this guy's full of emotion, full of ego, clearly stopping him from answering a yes or no question. He was majorly challenged to be able to just say yes or no. And that went back and forth at least 6 emails. And it's like, I'm not reading your emails because clearly you're not reading mine. When you want to read mine, let me know. And I will know that you've read it because I've either got a yes or a no answer. So your big long emails, you're wasting your freaking time because it ain't getting read. It's kind of insanity. And yeah, my definition of insanity is free man. It's like, if you want freedom, why are you putting yourself in jail? Like, that's insanity to me. If you want to be free, then why not be free? Why put yourself in a bigger jail? And okay, the simple questions were, okay, if I was accused of murder and evidence was overwhelming, would this concept protect me? Oh yeah, because basically, to make it short and simple, it's just the types of words you use. As long as you basically claim, hey, I'm not that name, that you want to say I am that name, because it's all legal. You have to actually be the person that's accused of the crime. And as soon as you agree to the name that's on your birth certificate, that makes it a contract, then you agree to the process of however they want to deal with you. But as long as you say, hey, that's not my name, I never signed that contract. There's a lot of missing information that you didn't give, and somebody signed that for me. I didn't agree to anything. So as long as you didn't agree to the name, therefore they can't accuse you of any type of crime, even if so that's how you can get away, protect yourself. And that's basically the motivation that these guys are focused in, is they've clearly been accused of something they're not guilty of, and they had to figure out, okay, how can I get away with nobody ever accusing me of something I've never done before? And let's face it, Justice system is full of, I would presume that in our jails there's more innocent people in jail and more guilty people out of jail. So once he agreed to answer that question, that yes, this will protect me from anybody accusing me of any type of crime. And it's like, okay, bingo, I got him. So then I turned it around and said, okay, if I actually committed murder, then technically I can use that same process, and I'd never ever found guilty. And that was a yes too. So basically what this concept is all about is they're going to teach killers how never to be responsible and accountable. And the insanity is, somebody else made another post and said that there's still going to be a law, which that's what we've got already. There's going to be a community judging, which is what we've got already. And then this guy was saying that if you don't want to live according to the psychopathic behavior of your community, you're free to leave. So it's like the psychopathic community will never see that they're psychopaths as they're judging somebody that's perfectly sane. You know, they would, I mean, even in their community, and they have this justice system. There's no way that justice system could ever possibly work, because as long as you agree, hey, that's not me, you know, like, they wanted to form a court system that you can never ever be found guilty of. That's insanity to me. So they need to do a hell of a lot more research on that one. And I have posted other videos on what I do think is a better solution. To me, this is nothing but insanity. They want freedom, but yet they just want to put themselves in their own jail. They want to make whatever the majority thinks is the right thing, then that is the law. That is the law of the land, is what the majority thinks. And let's face it, we live in a very greedy, psychopathic world. And unless you heal your psychopathic insanity within self, you'll never know what the right thing is to do. So, you know, these guys got massive egos. So, you know, you're looking at people that are designing this are psychopaths. They think they got an answer to something. And there is no answer to it. It's a repeat of the same game. Study the Mandelbrot set. There's patterns within patterns within patterns. You know, I learned that one. There's my grandparents, both sides of my grandparents' abuse. My mother married an abusive man. I married an abusive man. And I tried my best to break that cycle. I followed every current advice on how to break the cycles of abuse. These guys are doing nothing but repeating the same cycle, thinking it's different. But it's no different. Exactly the same game is being played out. The only thing is they're going to teach you how never to even walk into any kind of court system, any kind of community. As soon as there's a law and there's a justice and there's a judger, you will never ever find out truth. Because in the end, the pill you want to swallow is, for example, well, in my case, I'm on a disability. I'm on a welfare system. All of society has this judgment that people on welfare are lazy and stupid and just don't want to work and want a free ride, and I am the cause of all social problems. It's like, you haven't walked the path I walk. I know the cause that got me here. And there's a whole pile of crime that took place that all of society does not want to face. So it's all of society wants to support the wrong thing. It's not cost effective to do the right thing. So technically it's going to cause a social problem. So I am the manifestation of everything that's wrong within society. It's like mental illness. The patient is not the one that's sick. It's the community they live in, their family dynamic, that's all insane, that manifests a mental illness within that family. It's like you gotta heal the guys that are judging because you're the one that's insane.